Hey everybody, thank you for joining me today. So today's video is number 24 in our 25 days of Christmas, and I'm so excited because my mom actually picked out this sketch. I was working on picking out my sketches and getting everything ready, and she was like, "Ooh, do that one." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So I grabbed this Operation Right Home number 88 and pause here, get your measurements, and come join me at the table. So, hey everybody, what we're going to do first is start with our sentiment. That's going to go right across the center front. This is the 3 3/4 by 1 inch strip, and I already have my Merry Christmas on my mini Misty. And I'm going to ink it up using the Versaclear, and I want to say it's Nocturnal is the color, Nocturnal ink. And I'm doing the best reason to have a Misty is I'm double stamping so that way I make sure I get a nice crisp image. All right. And there's our Merry Christmas. And we're going to go ahead and I'm just wiping off my stamp real quick, putting it on the outside. I'll get to that and put it away once I'm done with the video, but at least I know it's clean. All right, and we're going to get our cardstock base together and basically get ready to start layering up our pieces. So instead of having a mat underneath my pattern paper, I wanted the card base to be the mat itself. So I cut my pattern paper here to be 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, which will give me that 1/8 of an inch border around the pattern paper. And once again, just using the ATG tape and the art glitter glue to just give me some wiggle room time so that way I can put it down and make sure that I have even spacing. Because I didn't want to use black as my base. I wanted to use the craft for all of my layers. So I figured it would be better to do it this way. So instead of putting a mat beneath this piece, you can if you wanted to. I really wanted the pattern paper underneath to show initially. And then as I was getting ready to put everything together, I realized, no, it would really look better if we put a matte piece on this. So I'm just figuring out the measurements, which is 2 by 4, because at the time I didn't have my SketchUp. So for my matte piece, I'm going to make my paper 2 1/8 by 4 1/8. So 2 1/8 by 4 1/8. And that will give me my border around the glitter paper. And I could have attached the glitter paper straight to the paper. It still would have had definition. It would have been something separate because of the texture and the glittery. But I'm telling you guys, there is something about matting your papers. If you want it to have that, it's almost like a finish element, Like if you ever see someone make a bed and they don't do the hospital ends, the, what do they call them, hospital corners or whatever, then the bed doesn't look complete. But when you do it, it all of a sudden then looks like it's a completely finished bed, like you've actually made it, it's done. That's what matting does to me as far as on your cards. It's like, for some reason, it gives it a step up. It's almost like, yeah, you can just take this, cut the pieces, layer them, put them on top, call it done. But it's like when you add the mat, it just gives it that little bit of something. And I can't fully explain it. Maybe on one of my videos, I'll have to do another one where I can show you comparison. Matte, no matte. Like something like this where it's layered pieces and where you can really see side by side the difference in the design, with or without. Maybe we'll do that. We'll think about that for the new year coming. So now, since I have the glitter paper, I'm putting foam on the outside edges of the square, and then I'm going to put just some ATG tape in the center with a little bit of glue. So that way it can attach to the glitter cardstock underneath. All right. And I'm just trying to make sure. I kind of want it a little bit even. If it's a little bit more on like the bottom edge, I'm okay with that. And then we're going to attach our sentiment. And then once we attach the sentiment, I knew on this one, because of the gold accents, I wanted to use my Enchanted Gold Nouveau drops, which are really nice. They're more metallic, obviously, than they are glittery. I need to get a gold glitter. I don't think I have one. I have the clear, and I think I have the silver. But I need a gold glitter. That would go really well with the gold accents. So I'm just attaching my foam and getting ready to put the tape down in the center. I'm sorry I'm off camera on putting in the foam, but basically what I'm doing is a similar idea, but I'm just putting 2 foam squares on either ends, and then I'm going to attach and press down. And I think in the center I had 1 foam dot or foam square, because on the ends I had to use 2, because remember I already had some foam squares on the middle piece. So this one, I would say, with the different dimensions and stuff, that you may not want to actually I can't even think where my brain was just going. Oh, I know I was talking about the Nouveau drops. Look, I'm going crazy. I'm trying to do odd numbers. And once I get to 5, like I know I gotta stop myself. So I think it took me 7 to get it on this one, to get all my dots the way I want it. Oh, mailing it out. That's what I was talking about. Just be careful when you start adding all the different foam. Mailing out may not be the best option. These might be more like hand delivered cards, which I think is perfectly fine too. They're very cheery, and I love the non-traditional colors, yet it feels festive with the sparkling gold. So thank you guys so much for joining me. We are at the end of the stretch. Tomorrow is Christmas Day. We'll have one more sketch. Enjoy your time with your family and friends. And this holiday season, if you have the day off, I hope you get tons of rest and just enjoy yourselves. Enjoy the day. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I've had so much fun on this sketch journey for the month of December. I just can't express how grateful I am that all of you have been watching. So thanks again, and I hope you have a great day.